we all are Swifties, but there's like tiers, you know? So I'm like the obsessive Swift. No, I'm not the one going and like doing the most crazy stuff online. But as far as like the knowledge and everything, and
the knowledge base,
supporting of my girl, but I'm not the one that's like, well, not the crazy ones y'all be
She's like Charlie Day, you know, with the little red string and all the pictures, and she's like,
yes,
she's like piecing the information together.
All the information
like, where
about
is
this
reputation?
man,
I need reputation.
and this one, and this X, and this.
Yeah, when she announced TTPD, I remember they were like, "Why are y'all getting so worked up about this?" Like, Elisa and Lauren were like, "What's going on?" And we were like, "We thought she was gonna release Taylor's version of Reputation." I'm like, I can't even explain this to y'all. Just like do your research, okay?
I mean, I was honestly more excited about the new album than I would have. Like, I love Reputation, but I'd rather hear new music from her than like, you know, a re-recording. Which even though like I do think it's great that she like did re-record all her music and now owns all her music, you know, sometimes it doesn't hit the same.
I'm like, my favorite re-record was Red because it I loved having the 10-minute version of All Too Well. And also,
that one.
Yeah.
That rips you to pieces.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah.
That actually turned me on to Taylor.
Yeah? Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't a Swiftie until she released that 10-minute version. I do remember
that, because like Lauren and I would disagree on her in the past.
I do remember that, and like, because I was like, I wasn't really a Swiftie until Red came out the first time originally, and that was like my album that like got me into my album that got me into Taylor Swift. But then like Lauren Brooks still hadn't gotten into her yet. Yeah,
I mean, I know she wasn't crazy about it, but I didn't know. Like,
yeah, it was the 10-minute version of All Too Well that got me on the Taylor train, and then I kind of started exploring like folklore.
Yeah, I feel
and
like
that got
folklore is like,
that would be
definitely
your
vibes.
Yeah, I think out of all her albums, right, like my favorite, I mean, I'd have to really think about it, but like 1989, I do love Folklore and I love Red.
Yeah.
But so like she recently said she's not going to re-record the debut album or Reputation just because she's in a different place with Reputation now. And I mean, just sonically, that's just hard to do because it still has to differ when you re-record it. It can't be a carbon copy. And also, even if you did try to do a carbon copy, it's just hard to do sonically. And yeah, she's not going to have the same emotion because she's not in the same place. Mm-hmm. Her debut album, like her singing as a 35-year-old.
Oh my God.
About the stuff like she sang about when she was like 16.
Yeah, that's an like entirely different
14,
place
16, yeah, like
staying out late because your mama don't know.
Yeah,
so, like you can't sing that in your 30s. Like it just doesn't work.
Yeah, like, and that's probably the one that I'm least acquainted with is her debut album.
Me too.
I
was definitely not a fan of her when
I was a fan of the radio singles, like the hits off of there, but I still haven't, like, I probably have listened to each of the songs once, but it's not something I go back to like all the other ones for me.
Agreed.
Right.
You know.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you a little history lesson, get you caught up to speed about her just owning the Masters and how it came about and everything. So back in 2019, and music business, just fun fact, that was my major. I mean, it's changed a whole lot since I've been in college because of streaming and technology and this and that. But, you know, I do know that it's very hard for artists. They get sucked in these shitty contracts and it's hard for them to own their masters. And so in 2019... Taylor Swift wanted to own her masters and just own her work. She said that she signed with Big Machine Records when she was like 14, 15 with Scott Bruschetta. She was the biggest major artist. Like he has more artists on it now and back in 2019 and everything when all this happened. But she's the one like who, you know, who was the foundation of it and made it to what it was. So she said that she could have owned it, but Scott was saying that she would have, for every one she'd earned, she'd have to then have a new one. So she would be basically just locked in for years and years and years. And that's not what she wanted. She wanted to, you know, go separate ways creatively and for multiple things. And anyway, long story short, he ended up selling her masters to Scooter Braun, who she already had beef with, who she hated. Like, just think about one of your like biggest enemies, and this is your life's work going to them. And I mean, it wasn't just her work. Like, I think he bought like several artists on masters from the Big Machine Records, but just the fact that she was the biggest artist on there, and you know, she, like I said, she had a hand in making it what it was. Obviously, my girl didn't like that. So if y'all remember this played out on Instagram back in the day. in 2019, it was this whole thing. She like made a whole statement, and then Scooter's wife got involved. Justin Bieber got involved. that Taylor What Up post, and it's like Kanye, and it's like it's a screenshot of him FaceTiming like Kanye and Scooter Braun and and it's Justin, and just in the midst of all this going on. So that just turned into why she re-recorded all these albums. She's re-recorded everything except Reputation and the debut one. And Reputation was the very last album that was on the Big Machine Records. Everything after that, she doesn't have to re-record or anything. So recently, she was able to buy all of her masters. So we're so happy for her with that. And she devalued, I feel like, the original ones anyway, because she was telling her fans to stream the new ones and everything, so they just lost their value anyway. But yeah, I'm just happy for her,
that's super exciting. That's really big, because not a lot of artists can say that they own all their music like that, and all her merch too,
her merch, music videos. She said music videos, the concert films, everything. I know that there was some roadblocks. I know when she said that the Netflix special was going to come out, I remember there was like a roadblock about that because she didn't own her masters, and she's like, but I need this because it's going to be featured in the film, So now she doesn't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah. Good for Taylor.
Yeah.
Good for Taylor.
I mean, she definitely knows what she's doing. Like, she's a smart businesswoman.
Oh, definitely. My girl's she's one of the only artists of these days that has become a billionaire and not have had to, and no shade to those who have a makeup line and all that. I'm not saying that. But it's just on music alone. Yeah. Granted, she does do these like little, like have a version of this and like, oh, this is the whatever EDM version of this. And I don't know. I know she does like little things. But still, to say that you don't have to have all this like merch besides your concert merch. Or like you don't have to have a clothing line. You don't have to have a
she didn't have
line.
To have the Taylor Swift lip kit,
Exactly. Yeah, like you don't have to have all these other things, and it's just from touring and your music and all that. That's impressive.
That is impressive. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Self-made.
That's a self-made billionaire.
That is. Yeah.